Hi everyone, welcome back. I am super excited to film today. I am going to be trying one of the 7 brands that I wanted to try for 2022, and it is Danessa Myricks. I have quite a few products. I've got 2 sample products because they came with my purchase. I've got the Balm Contour and the Infinite Chrome Flakes that went viral on TikTok. And I'm really excited to show you how I got this look and the process and my struggles and my successes. So before we get going, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me, and we'll get going. So I did go ahead and put on some primer. I just used my Milk Hydro Grip Primer today. I didn't do any pore filling because I have heard that this foundation is pretty full coverage. So I do just have a sample of it. It's the Vision Cream Cover. It's an adjustable coverage 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. And I just got some samples. I'm going to use the lightest shade here, which is in number 3. But I will say it does look a bit dark for me, but it's all I've got, so we're going to go with it. I'm not used to working with samples. I'm not gonna lie, they tend to scare me. I never feel like I have enough, but this is what we're looking like. So normally I put foundation on the back of my hand and then dip my brush into it, but because this is such like a little thing, I'm just gonna dip my finger into it for now. And so far, it looks like we might have enough. Let's start with that. So now I'm gonna take my brush and just blend. You know, the shade match might not be as dark as I thought. It actually is doing pretty well. It definitely has some coverage. Holy cow. I probably applied too much. Me worried that there wasn't going to be enough in the sample and I've got too much on my face. I'm going to try to drag it down my neck a little bit. It is too deep for me, but we'll make it work. Now I'm just going to take some on my sponge and just press everything in. Very full coverage for sure, but it's actually really pretty. I feel like it melted in. It's the wrong shade, so it looks a little odd in my mirror. It actually looks like it's the right shade on camera, but in my mirror, it's noticeably a little bit too dark. But I'm actually really liking it. It doesn't feel like it's sitting on top of my skin, so that's good. But apparently we're going with the full coverage look, so I'm going to pull out my full coverage concealer, which is my favorite by Jouer. And I actually picked up a new drugstore setting powder. This is the one Allie Glines recommended if she only could get one drugstore powder again. So this might look a little drastic because this is actually a shade lighter than me. It's meant to help me brighten my under eyes. But hopefully I can blend it out enough where like, holy cow, like normally I put a little dab right here of concealer to help cover any extra redness on my cheeks that didn't get covered by foundation. And I don't need to do that with this. Like I even do that with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless foundation, and that too is super full coverage. And I put it on this side because I gotta match this side. I don't normally do my concealer like this. I normally do one eye at a time. But I got carried away with my concealer. And since I'm doing things a little different today, I'm just going to go ahead and dab a little bit on my nose, my forehead, and my chin. And hopefully this will all even out the foundation color. I'm going to take my sponge and just blend everything in. And now I'm going to take that powder and press it in under my eyes with this puff. It's just a puff I got on Amazon. I'm looking a little heavy after applying that powder. My under eyes, they're smooth, but if you look pretty close, they look kind of heavy. I don't know. We'll come back to it. But I am going to go into the Balm Contour. This is in the shade Light 1. I'm super excited to try this. I heard good things when this first came out, and we're just going to try this. I did hear that it was actually more of a warm tone color than a cool tone, so contour is meant to be a bit more cool. And you know what? This might be a little too light for how deep the foundation was. So I'm just placing it on the high points of my cheek rather than in the hollows because it is a bit more warm toned. Wow, this is turning into a pretty good makeup day. Let's apply some on the forehead and connect it down to my temple. Wow, this is looking really nice. I'm going to try to do a little bit on my nose and then a little bit under my chin and under my jaw. Then I'm going to go into my sponge and just blend it all in. And then if you mess up a little bit, you just go back into your foundation brush and just clean it up a bit. Wow, this is looking really nice. Definitely it's a lot of makeup for sure. Like, this is even a lot of makeup for me because of that foundation. But at the same time, like, I don't mind it. So now I'm going to go into this sample, which is the Vision Flush. It's a lip, cheek, and eye color. And I got 6 different shades. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to go into the bright pink shade for blush just because with how deep my foundation is, I don't know if one of these two like more neutral but kind of darker shades is actually going to stand out. So I do want to try this bright pink shade. It's in the shade 22. So you know it's bright pink, which maybe terrifies me a little. That actually terrifies me a lot. I think I'm going to change my mind and go into this shade, which is called Bread and Butter. It's still pink, but it's a little more neutral. This one was definitely easier to open than the foundation, but I'm going to start with what's on the cap, or on the lid. Gosh, I'm terrified. So I'm going to take a pretty big fluffy brush, dip into the lid here, and then I'm going to kind of move it around in the brush on the back of my hand. That way it's not too intense. And then we'll apply. That is applying super nice. It looks bright in the camera, but it's actually not too shabby in my mirror here. I am going to dab a little on my nose because I like blush on my nose, and a little up by my hairline. And then I'm going to take my sponge and just blend everything in. I'm really glad I didn't go with the tutu color because even this is pretty pigmented and pretty bright. But I think that's really pretty. And now I don't know what to do with the whole little capsule here because I didn't even use all the product on the lid. And because we're doing creams, I don't have a highlight from Danessa Myricks, but I'm just going to go into my M Cosmetics Moonbeam Cushion Highlight. This is in the shade Aura. Looks like this, and I'm just going to use this one. It just gives a really pretty natural glow. Now I'm going to go back into my number 7 powder. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and just set the rest of my face. I am looking pretty shiny. This is just meant to help tame all of that shine. Now we're going to set our face. I'm going to be using my Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. I'm going to prime my eyes. I'm going to be using my Rare Beauty Eye Primer. I'm super excited to do the eyes because I did get to pick up some of the Infinite Chrome Flakes. And I've got the shade Laser Beam and Lightning Bolt. So one is a bit more green and one's a bit more gold. And today I really want to use the gold because I'm in a gold mood. I don't know why, I just really enjoy gold. But I'm going to lay down a little bit of matte first. I'm going to be going into my Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette, just so we can put more dimension than just the flakes. I'm going to go into this shade here, which I believe is matte number 8. And I'm just going to start packing that color in the crease. This is a super helpful palette to have in your makeup kit, like if you are a makeup artist, traveling makeup artist, just because you've got so many matte options all in one place. I haven't been using this palette as much as I should, but I'm starting to understand why I wanted it in the first place. Now I'm going to go into this shade, which is matte number 10, and I'm taking a smaller brush, and I'm going to pack this on the lid area. And then I'm also going to take that deeper shade on the lower lash line. And the point of laying a darker shade on the lid is that so there's something for the gold flakes to really stand out against. Then I'm just going to go back into that first brush we used and just blend out this darker shade. I'm so excited for this part. Now we're going to go into it. So it looks really gold here, but like on my end, it's got blue and purple in it as well. Oh my goodness. Hopefully you can see more than just gold. There's definitely some pink in there, some green. I'm super, super excited. Okay, let's try this with my fingers. It is very much a gel texture, so I'm actually going to go in with a little brush to see if it sticks a bit better, because I don't feel like it's sticking very well with my fingers. That is super pretty. It definitely, I can see the green in the mirror here and a little bit of the pink, but it's definitely looking gold on camera. And I'm not gonna lie, my eye is burning a bit. I'm not used to that, I've never had that happen. But I'm still gonna apply more. I will say it definitely applies better with a brush. If you haven't tried this, I would use a brush, don't use your fingers. Maybe that's why my eye is burning. It's because I used my fingers first. I got some extra creases, like they harden, and where they harden on my natural crease, it's making it fold in a different way. And I was super excited about these, and everybody loved them so much, and I don't think these ones are for me. We're just gonna layer the other one on top. I wanna see what this color does. I'll apply this one in the inner corner here so we can really see what it does. Ooh, this one's pretty. I know it's just a little speck, but that's pretty. Okay, I got a little bit more on this side. That one's pretty. I definitely like this one more than Lightning Bolt. The burning stopped, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and get some mascara and put my brows on, and then we'll come back to finish up the lips. And I figured we'll probably just use the rest of this cheek stuff since it's a lip, cheek, and face product. I do feel better now with mascara and brows on. I do like the shiftiness of these. My eyes are very hard though. You know when you put a lot of hairspray on and you can noticeably feel that it's hard and it will crunch? That's how my eyes feel. But these are super, super pretty. And the blue one, I definitely like a bit more, bluish green. I'm going to keep playing with these. And if there's a special trick to using these, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear how you apply them, and maybe it's different than how I just applied it, and maybe it works better. So if you have a better technique, help a girl out, please. For lips, I'm going to go into my Buxom lip liner. This is in the shade High Def Honey. It is definitely brown, but because I used brown as my base shadows, I think it'll work out really well to pair it with the pink color we used on the cheeks for the lips. So I'm just kind of blending that color in with my finger. That way it's not too harsh. And then I'm going to take what's left on the back of the thing and just take some on a brush. If I could talk during this, I would, but it's kind of difficult, so hang tight. So here's our finished look. I have some critiques or some things I'd like to mention because it's different. This is a different brand that I'm typically used to in a good way, but the makeup is just different. First, I think I put too much of the foundation on, but second, even though it sinks into your skin, like it's not heavy feeling, it's heavy. And if you get close enough, you can tell that it's pretty heavy. And it's also very glowy, like even powdering, like I'm shiny already and I'm an oily person. So I'm gonna have to use some more powder or a different powder. Maybe it's that the powder didn't set very well there, but even my forehead is looking pretty shiny. So I'll probably use another powder to just calm down my oils. But aside from that, I loved the contour balm. I think the shade of the foundation is kind of hiding the contour balm. But that is also probably my favorite product of this whole video is that contour balm. So I really want to try it with like my Bounce Skin Tint. I really want to try it with that, or even my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation because that's also full coverage. I like these blush. I think they're called Vision Blushes, which are meant to be used on the lips, eyes, and the cheeks. They fade really fast because I applied the blush and then I went on and did my eyes, and by the time my eyes were done, I felt like the blush had really faded. However, I do like it on the lips currently. It's super comfortable. I don't feel like it's drying or anything like that. And then for these Infinite Chrome Flakes, I think they apply best with a brush. I feel like every time I used my finger, I was picking it up and then putting it down, and then it wasn't coming off my finger, so it just wasn't applying very well. I would use a brush to apply them. They are crunchy, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first applied it, my eyes burned with this more goldish color, the Lightning Bolt color. they burned. They've stopped burning since. Right off the bat, they were burning my eyelids, and I don't think that's safe. And now that they're all dried, it's definitely crunchy. Because I have hooded eyes, every time I blink, it's crunching. I do really enjoy this blue-green shade that I put on the inner corner. I like that one of the two, like I've mentioned. That one I did not feel any burning with, but maybe just because it wasn't on the lid itself, I didn't feel it. So I'm going to have to try those out some more. But overall, I do like my makeup look. I had fun applying it. It was fun to test out one of these new brands that I wanted to try out this year. I've heard some really good things about Danessa Myricks, and I really wanted to give her a try. And you know, these are some good products. I've just got to figure out how to work with them. So if you have any tips or tricks on how to use these products, please leave me some comments in the description below. I would also love to hear your opinion about Danessa Myricks. Do you like these products? Is there ones that you do like and ones that you don't? I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about her. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to ring the bell and hit all on your notifications, and you'll be notified every time I post a video. I'm here on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.